More than 140 people are believed to have died after a powerful earthquake rocked Myanmar and Thailand. Most of the deaths occurred in Myanmar, while at least 10 people were killed in Bangkok, where a high-rise under construction collapsed. The death toll is expected to rise as local authorities assess the full extent of the disaster. The 7.7 magnitude quake struck at midday local time with an epicentre near Mandalay, Myanmar's second largest city. Aftershocks followed, one of them measuring a strong 6.4 magnitude. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says the UN is mounting a response in Myanmar.
The United Nations system is mobilising to help those in need. The government of Myanmar has asked for international support, and our team in Myanmar is already in contact in order to fully mobilise our resources in the region to support the people of Myanmar. But of course there are other countries impacted, but the epicentre is in Myanmar, and Myanmar is the weakest country in this present situation.
Unfortunately, the death toll has continued to climb as the scale of this disaster has become clearer over the last few hours. It does seem so far that the worst of the death toll has occurred in Myanmar, where of course the epicentre of this earthquake was. The authorities and state media, they're saying that more than 140 people have died, and the military junta, they're saying that they are expecting that number to rise. Now, here in Thailand, authorities say that the death toll in Bangkok is around 10, and rescue efforts have continued throughout the night to try and find any survivors who were trapped under the rubble of that horrific tower collapse that we saw occur when the earthquake hit around lunchtime. So that 30-storey building was under construction, and as the earthquake hit, it really just pancaked down on itself. The images showing just a huge cloud of dust and debris created by that collapse, workers running for their lives, and unfortunately dozens of people, it appears, have been trapped underneath that building. It's very hot and humid here, even in the middle of the night in Bangkok, but the rescue efforts have continued. There are drones overhead trying to survey the carnage, but unfortunately so far from reports it seems that no one has been rescued alive from that building.
And Kathleen, you mentioned that Myanmar's ruling military junta is asking for assistance from any country who's willing to help.
That's right, a really rare appeal for help from the military junta. It, of course, overthrew the elected government of Myanmar in a coup in 2021, and it's been ruling the country throughout a civil war in the years since. Of course, the situation in Myanmar is already dire. Aid groups, human rights groups saying this really couldn't have come at a worse time. As I mentioned, the leader of the junta has said that they are expecting the death toll to climb from that around 140 number that the state media there has published so far. And reports coming as well from Burmese people outside of Myanmar about how difficult it currently is to get any information out of the country. There's very little media in Myanmar. It's hard to get information out of there at the best of times. Telecommunications, internet, electricity is ropey there at the best of times. So people are really struggling to get onto friends and family back in Myanmar to check if they're safe and how they went through this earthquake. It did hit near Mandalay, 7.7 magnitude and only 10 kilometres deep. So that's a very shallow earthquake, and that city is home to 1.5 million people. So unfortunately, it does seem that the scale of this tragedy is still to increase as more information becomes clear.